All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time to talk the Open. The British Open. Do not call it the British Open. It is based in Scotland. It's chartered in Scotland. Someone will cut you.
Yeah, that's true.
If you do that.
If you call it the British Open.
Yes.
Is Scotland
I think they're called the Scottish Open.
Is Scotland part of the United Kingdom?
I don't know the answer.
Yes. Is the United Kingdom also called Great Britain? Yes. So, sorry, Scottish. You are British.
Hey.
Sorry. Get used to it. They try to break away every 10 years or so. You know, there was a guy from England who used to come to the gym, and they were having that vote. Remember that vote they had? It's probably been about 7-8 years ago about they were going to vote leave again, you know. And I said, well, you know, that's history. About how many people live in Scotland? You know, how big? He goes, he acted like he was thinking about it. He goes, about 12. So I think there's a little bit of, I guess one looks down on the other.
Yep.
But sorry, if you call it the British Open, get over it. People need to get over it. But I actually listened to the radio
Tom is
coverage.
an American.
Yep.
Telling the British people
what to call their stuff.
Well, if the rest of the world would just let Americans tell them what to do, everything would be a lot better.
It would have been
just let us tell you what to do, and everything will be fine.
I'm going to read some comments for you, Tom, about that. Just a wee reminder, if I could say it in Scottish, that the 150th Open Championship from St Andrews is not the British Open. I'm reading quotes from.
How come they get to be the Open when there's a U.S. Open? Why can't we be the Open?
All right, so I'm going to read what Google says for
we should have had our.
You can't just name it whatever you want, Tom. It's never been the British Open. That's the point.
Well, we used to have it on there as the British Open.
It's never been the British Open.
Is it in Britain? Is it Open Championship? Then it's the British Open. Kind of like in the U.S., it's the U.S. Open.
Yes.
Sorry. That's just a fact. That's what it is.
I'm pulling up some fun stuff to read for you guys.
And I was listening, and they had all British. They had no Americans covering that. And there was
really,
like a British
Tom?
lady. Well, look.
Why is this a shock to you?
If I watch American news, 5 or 6 of the people reporting are British. Every time. Like ABC News, their Ukrainian correspondent is a little British guy.
All of the comedians are like foreign and stuff.
Yeah, then why can't we have an American guy helping them cover so we can actually understand?
So I'm going to read some tweets for Tom.
Oh gosh.
It's not the British Open, it's the Open Championship. And you're not even talking golf if it's not for Tiger Woods. This is just, everybody's considered Tiger. It's just comment. It's the British Open, not the UK Open. It is even funny even more. People can't tell the difference between the entangled UK and the Great Britain. I don't know if that one's the shot at you, Tom, or not.
Probably is.
It's just called the Open, not the British Open. That was added by the English people trying to nitpick.
Okay.
In the independent Scotland, there would be no British Open in Scotland as it would be outside the UK.
It's called the British Isles.
Sorry,
it's called the British Isles.
British
right?
Open is an American naming. Tom, you're an American.
Well, that's right. Y'all would tell y'all what to do.
I'd always heard the British Open.
Well, look,
I've always heard that.
Did we not?
Until now, because when I first saw it, I kind of stopped. Well, they're not. Then I was like, okay, this is what they're calling it.
Well, if it wasn't for us, it'd be the German Open.
Well, where's St. Andrews at, Tom?
You know,
we're St. Andrews.
What's that?
They're at St. Andrews.
It's in Scotland.
Right.
It's in Scotland, which is part of the United Kingdom.
Okay.
AKA Great Britain.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying.
If the Olympics were held in Puerto Rico, would they call that America?
Yes.
Just wondering.
Just remember, this is Teacher of the Year. Give him credit.
I'm
sorry.
I'm being facetious. I'm not one of those. I mean, if they want to call it the Open, they can call it the Open.
We got to go back to this.
They want to have British commentators, they can. I just think it was. I saw that
That's right.
McIlroy had a good second day because Dustin Johnson was winning that thing for a while, and now there's two. Very funny. Very funny. There's a difference between teaching and being funny. Okay, like sometimes you're just being sarcastic. You're not teaching. If they want to call themselves whatever they want, but it was. I actually, all kidding aside, I actually enjoyed the radio coverage. They get that silent.
Yeah.
You know, that voice always coming up. I always hit it too hard. Oh, it's just past the hole. You know, they get into it. So actually just kind of cool, because I had a 2-hour ride up to Western yesterday, so I thought they did a very good job with their coverage of it. Yeah, Cameron Smith, Cameron Young. Of course, I'd like to see an American win this. That's why I was happy when I saw DJ up there at the top. He's only 4 back. Yeah, he's only 4 back. It's anything can happen.
Yeah, it's so windy over there.
Yeah.
The Cameron Smith guy had the second best 2-day score of all time, and the other there's 3 high scores that they posted, and the other 2 that had those 2 days did win the Open.
So let's see, a couple of things. Got a bunch of comments to go through here. Dustin Johnson, like you said, Tom, he's in 5th place right now, 9 under. He'll tee off at 10:35 a.m. this morning. It's obviously already started. For you folks that don't know, they're about 6 hours ahead of here.
Yeah, they start at 4.
In the summer, about 6 hours. In winter, about 7.
Look at those scores today, though. I mean, you got some guys burning up the course today.
Yeah, you see.
Kisner 700.
That's what I say. He
DeChambeau 600 today.
He moved up a bunch.
Now, that was 700. He's done at 700. So Kisner went 700 today. DeChambeau 600 at 13. Might be. We haven't turned it on, so I don't know if it's wet over there. But if it's rained a little bit, maybe it's knocking some balls down and getting them to stick a little bit better. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Oh, you gonna get him? You gonna get him to sign that, Chris Lane? Chris Lane's gonna be at Carter Chevrolet today. He's gonna get his.
That's it.
Hey, Dad. While you've got that poster, bring that in here and put it in front of this camera.
That one right there.
Let's see, right there. So interesting about that. You do see who's the big cover picture of. Adamola Okalaja. And I have a picture of me and him, and I couldn't find it. He passed away this week, actually. I didn't know if anybody saw that. But Okalaja, I stopped him at Carolina basketball camp coming out. He was walking in to warm up, and there was nobody around but me and him and one other kid, and I got a picture of me and Okalaja. He was very nice. Very, very, very nice. Couldn't be any of a nicer guy. At the
Ronald Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Ronald Curry was supposed to be Michael Vick. He should.
All right.
Have a good day.
I am. I'm coming out there. Anna be there.
Let's see if
she's
coming.
coming.
Terry gets this right. What was Ronald Curry's biggest mistake, Terry? Playing football at Carolina?
Well,
if he had went Virginia Tech and didn't play basketball,
I don't know. See,
how well would they have done?
Well, my boss man's in there. I can't say too much. He might make me have to leave or something.
All right, so let's we'll get to the fun in a minute. How about this? How about this? Like Rory and some of these guys coming out and saying that any of these LIV tour guys, they didn't want them to win. It wouldn't be right for them to win. Now, and then Tiger coming out complaining about them getting money up front and why would they try to play, and talking about how the number of tournaments they've played. But then some people went back and looked at Tiger's schedule, and he's throughout the years played less tournaments than the LIV guys will be playing. So he would only play 8 or 9 tournaments a year on the PGA Tour, and now he's complaining about them playing 8 events on the LIV Tour and getting paid $100 million for it. That's what he's complaining about. So he had to beg from Nike for that money, and they're getting paid straight up to do it. Now, have you heard any of them say, man, I hope nobody from the European Tour don't win this tournament? Have they? Has anybody said, I hope nobody from the Asian Tour don't win this tournament? No. The only one they've said something to is the only one of guaranteed upfront contracts. They hope one of those guys don't win this tournament. And each one, there's a lot of barking. Now here, we'll get to this in a minute. What I wanted to ask kind of with that, there's a lot of jealousy is what I think.
It is.
Now, Tom, we see a lot of the guys in the NBA, we talk about these salaries. What's going to happen in 5 years, Cherry? You're talking about these guys literally getting $60 million. What happens when Saudi Arabia says, you know what, LeBron, we'll make you the co-owner of the league, and we're going to pay all these players $75. If they'll play a golfer $100 million a year for 8 rounds of golf, how much do you think they would pay Damian Lillard to come? Would they not pay him $100 million to play basketball?
Yeah, and he would not be the top offer that you could get.
Right, to play 40 games, $100 million.
I think
so we're getting to wait a minute.
I think it's a little more complicated put together a basketball league than a golf.
No, Tom, wait a minute.
Well,
remember, these NBA players are only get half the money, and they play. They believe they should get more. The NBA owners get the other half and don't play. So if LeBron and them can be talked into being, you're the owners, and you're getting a salary playing. Each one of you, they're going to get double the money as soon as somebody with the right amount of money. The right amount of money is going to be able to buy the NBA. How many teams do we need? How many players do we really need? We cut half the league that aren't any good and have a super league. I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon. I'm saying this could happen to a point where that's the league that it could happen in. I don't know if baseball and football, there's too many moving parts and bodies. But on 12-team basketball rosters, you can get 50 people, 100 people. 100 people is what? 8 teams? 8-team tournament, the best players in the world, Tom. Summer League tournament, $100 million a piece.
Why not?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm saying we're on the verge of something like this happening. All it takes, LeBron wants to be an owner, does he not?
Yes,
Do
he does.
some of these other guys not going to be an owner? The players now are getting paid more than Jordan bought his team for. That's what I'm saying is that they're going to have enough money to be able to buy into the league themselves. What if Saudi Arabia comes in and says, we got half the league, you guys own half the league, plus we'll pay your salaries to play?
Well, I want to know. I mean, Roy McIlroy is one of the people who's talking to, and I question if the LIV would come up to him and go, Roy, we're going to give you 110.
He'd sign in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying. Can you turn that down? No, you cannot.
I think Tiger's comment was, if Phil actually addressed this, he said, I respect his opinion, but Tiger's like, I don't like these guys leaving what got them to where they are.
Now, I've always said that my whole life. No matter what you do, never forget where you come from, And I see a lot of people, even in baseball, softball, whatever, go away from playing your rec at your Optimus or your rec department, wherever, and go play weekend ball, and they say, like, this is much better. Yeah, it probably is, but you do not ever forget where you come from.
Hey, one thing people are mistaken about not playing on the PGA Tour, like, you don't have to, like, the PGA Tour doesn't own the British Open.
Mm-hmm.
They don't own the Masters. They don't own the U.S. Open. They don't own any of it.
They just got the PGA Championships.
It's a tour league.
Yeah.
It's a league. You playing in this league. So them playing in the LIV, like I said, the Asian Tour, to me, I'm looking at it that way. And I think that's where some of them are getting. Look at career earnings right here, guys. So this is why it's going to make some of this is going to make a little sense to you. Playing career earnings, Tiger's the only player in history to make over $100 million. Now they're signing guys to do that to play 8 tournaments. You think they're not going to do that? Guaranteed.
It's another Damian Lillard signing 2 years, $100 million.
Yeah, to go down to find Rory. Where's he at right there? He's right there, fifth.
He's made $64 million
So,
in his career. And think about that. And that's what I mean about the basketball players too. When they come to you and offer you more money in 8 tournaments than you've made in your career, and like you said, you've
1 year.
How do you not look at the PGA and be like, where's our money then?
Yeah.
Because that's what the basketball players are going to do, Terry. As soon as somebody says, as soon as the Saudi Arabia goes, instead of 50%, we'll give you 75% of the league or 80% of the league or 90% of the league. We just want that 10. We're still going to make billions. And that's, you looking at the golfers, looking at them right there, folks. 120 million. Tiger was the only person over 100. Mickelson at 94. Furyk 71. Who'd have guessed that? Vijay Singh at 4th. Rory McIlroy 5th. Adam Scott 6th. Justin Rose, Kuchar, Spieth, Justin Thomas. Only 10 people have ever made over 50 million. LIV Tour is signing people for 100 million for 8 events.
I'm telling you, it'd be hard. I don't care what you're doing. It'd be hard for me not to sign.
Well, you sit there and you look at how long's Rory played? 10 years now? Has he played that long?
I'm not sure, actually.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I mean, so Roy's made,
He's
what did you say,
33.
60? So it's
Turned
pretty,
pro in 2007. He's played 15 years.
Wow. And that's what he's made in 15 years.
he's
Or I can
made-
say, I could make this in eight terms. I
Yeah.
think I'm going over here.
But think, and also think about it. If you're a golfer, what do you like to do? You like to play golf. If you're not like Koepka, like Terry says, what does he do? Yeah. He shows up, plays tournament. The rest of the time,
That's
he's
it.
living his life.
That's it.
So
That's
if you're
what he
going to tell
does.
me I can make
Ask
100
him.
million in 8 tournaments, and then the rest of the time, what are you doing? You're preparing for those 3 or 4 majors. 12 tournaments a year, $100 million.
I say
and
let
you're
him.
telling me, you're telling the golfers, these guys like money. They really do.
I like money too.
They don't have like they have pretty nice lifestyles.
What I don't understand is if you're going to make that kind of investment, how are they making money off of it?
Probably. It's got to be TV.
Well, Tom, you don't have to.
But it just doesn't make any sense if they're not. I mean, it just may be being stupid.
Yeah, you can't break
if
even.
we're if I'm running, I'm gonna pay you $100 million. I'm gonna pay you $100 million to come play golf. Well, it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna hire you to work at my shop and pay you $50,000 because I'm gonna make $200,000 with your labor. That I don't understand how they're making.
Does our government buy oil from them?
Yeah, I know that,
Tom. All they have to do is say, "We'll buy a couple million more barrels."
I think right now,
now
we'd buy all they got anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're wondering how they're making money on that. They don't have to make money on that. They can. They're buying.
So
good,
you're saying
buying
that
good press. We're financing it.
So in other words, we're financing these golfers, so y'all will buy oil. That's your thesis. We're going to buy the oil regardless.
Right. What I'm saying is that you're worried about how they're making money on the tour. I'm saying it's easily fixable if you're worried about the margins. That's not something that's not. What they raise the price of gas 10 cents and they fix the margins on their golf tour. They sell so much oil that the golf tour doesn't matter if they make any money.
It still doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't matter. That's what.
Okay.
At some point, it doesn't matter. Why is Bill Gates buying thousands of acres of farmland? Because he loves apples.
He wants to control our food supply.
You want to control it.
So basically, you're saying that they're doing this for fun?
Who? The Saudis?
The Saudis.
No. Good press, Tom. Good press.
I know,
but it's not giving them good press.
There's something interesting with the Saudis because I know they pay. I don't know what they're doing over there, but I do know they pay a ton of money to WWE to come over there for a humongous pay-per-view, and they're paying them unbelievable to come over there. So those guys want to watch sports, I guess. I don't know.
If it wasn't Saudi Arabia, I don't think it'd be that as big a deal because they're like, okay, well, this guy, they kept pressing, because Biden's over there, and we all know what he's doing right now. Please sell us more oil.
That's what I was just saying.
But I don't connect that to the golf tour. I just don't.
No, but what I'm saying,
like we got these two dots here, and your dot's way out.
But you're concerned with they think that they're worried about making money. If you have so much money, Tom, every now and then it's called a tax write-off in America. I don't know what they do there, but they probably don't care if they lose a couple million on this, as long as America keeps buying billions of oil.
Okay.
Like we've already buying this much money. We're giving you all this money.
Okay.
Spend a little bit back. And these ain't even American golfers, so it's not even that. Who knows? I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter to them. Key facts. Here's the money. I just pulled up the article. $25 million is the purse for each event that's surpassing every tournament on the PGA Tour. $54 million. That's how much the PGA Tour pledged to increase their purses across the 8 tournaments in 2023. So they've added a little money to their purses. More than $100 million is how much Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson, and Mickelson are reportedly received. 9 is how many golfers the top 40 have signed to play with them. So a quarter of the league, basically, almost. 92% is how much the purse for that's how much the purse for golf's 4 majors has increased over the last 10 years. Though each major still pays out far less than an ordinary LIV golf event. The U.S. is the most lucrative one. The U.S. Open is the most lucrative one at $17 million in their event, and they're paying $25 for regular events. So you're getting paid more to beat 15 guys than you are to.
So you up your chances of making better money.
They're trying to get. They want the best of the best. Is the idea.
Yeah, that's what they want. But I mean, with the guys that have come over there, I think the top ranked one is like 9th to 15th, something right in that range.
Dustin Johnson. Would you think?
Johnson, DeChambeau.
I don't think they're that high right now, though.
You talking about overall rankings?
Overall
I have
rankings.
no idea what the overall
That's what
golf
I'm saying.
rankings are.
Yeah, I think they're 9th to 15th.
So they've got 15 guys.
I always
9.
understood
15 guys playing.
There's 9 out of the top 40.
9 out of the top 40. I don't know how many they got total.
But I think the top one is. I mean, I can't remember. It showed it the other day. Though it's either ranked 9th or 15th. Is the top one that they've got out of the rankings.
Okay.
So they don't have the top 8 even playing over there.
So, but what I'm asking, like, how many golfers do they have in their weekly tournaments, or however often they're doing the tournaments? Like, how many guys are competing?
Oh, no, I do not know on that.
Because if you got $25 million,
But if I was one of those guys over there,
You gonna make
Sure,
you,
go,
you
mate.
do the math.
well, if I'm one of the people over there and I play over there all the time,
Ken Griffey
is it
Jr.
not a
rookie cards.
downgrade to them for this happening?
If what?
If I'm one of the guys that play over there all the time in this LIV tour, is it not a downgrade for them playing in that thing? Because, those guys, we don't hear nothing about it. Maybe they are getting $100 million.
Money wise, yes,
but they might not be.
status on winning an Open or something like that. Is probably,
yeah.
you know
what I'm saying? I mean, I was one of them guys. I'd be, okay, we're not going to let this guy win.
Not to mention, you're only playing 3 rounds of golf. That's less wear and tear on your body. Whether you,
So
Kevin,
do they,
49 by my count, 50. I may have missed one.
do they do a cut?
No, 3
it's
rounds.
just 3 rounds,
Three
Three rounds, no cut.
right?
Patrick Reed, Dustin Johnson, Oosthuizen, Bryson DeChambeau, Kevin Na, Lee Westwood, Martin Kamer, Brooks Koepka, Sergio Garcia, Graham McDowell, Ian Poulter, Phil Mickelson. So 50 people dividing $25 million, Tommy.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Instead of, let's see who I mean made the cut here. 83 made the cut here. Now, speaking of the cut, guys, it's time to talk John Daly, baby.
I saw him make that huge eagle putt.
Did you see these pants wearing at the Open?
I did see those pants. I was a little disappointed in him, but I was happy when he made the putt and he got the 1 under.
Looks like it's bedroom pants.
It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just really bad.
Hey, at least when he was swinging it, he didn't have a cigarette in his mouth.
For the radio folks, John Daly is wearing at the St. Andrews
They look like jams from the 80s.
bright orange Hooters pants.
Were they Hooters?
Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
that's what that is. Hooters. That's Hooters sponsored pants.
Is it not amazing how
sponsor.
life's changed?
How what changes?
Way back in 20 years ago, you had not been wearing that stuff.
Nobody.
They would have never
They wouldn't have
let
let you.
you.
On, they wouldn't have let you do that.
Yeah, you would have never walked out there to even tee off. in that.
So that's Daly in his Hooters pants. Now this is Daly talking to Tiger, smoking a cigarette.
Oh, yeah,
on
he's
the
toasting the
putt
Tiger.
green.
We're not
Tiger's
gonna
staying
make it,
5
buddy.
feet away from
Yeah,
him.
we're not going to make it, buddy.
Now, here's what's funny, boys. The fat man that looks like Santa Claus in the pink pants and the Hooters pants, smoking cigarettes on the green, whipped the other one. Whipped him. Six strokes, Terry. Stomped him into the ground. Stomped him.
But Tigers had so much to overcome.
Yeah. Which is harder, a lady chasing you with a golf club or being that out of shape, smoking cigarettes, competing in the USA or the British Open?
Both of them have created their own adversity. Okay, like I just like, especially with Woods and you know, when he got in the car wreck, like I was, well, okay.
Which one?
Yeah, I know. The latest one that basically almost killed him, but you know, it's like I was looking for the drunk driver ran him off the road or something bad. No, he did it to himself. So, I mean, yeah, it's great that he was able to come back. It shows that he has determination. But you did this to yourself, man. Well, I mean, I just can't. And I was trying, even when I was watching, 7 over, and I got to watch him tee off. He's 7 over.
With they said they had like 50,000 people there or something. It's unbelievable. 50,000.
Again, he was one of the favorites to win, if not the favorite to win. These people are nuts with him. In that Masters,
Favorite to win this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, some people said he would.
Yeah. He was one of the favorites to win. Let's see.
You can't, Tom, anytime you go, you can't say no to him. I mean, I know that's what a lot of people want to do.
He's golfing on one leg.
Well, anytime he enters, you start
Hey.
wondering.
So, go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, he could.
John Daly's standing there. If you walked up to him and nobody ever knew who he was, he could take any kind of money off you'd ever want on a golf course. You want to play by hole?
Yeah.
You want to play by hole with that dude?
Long drive
My
contest.
gosh. He looks like the coolest cat around with, I mean, golly.
Tiger was about 15th favorite as far as betting odds.
Bet 10 to win how much?
He was 8. Where was
It's
Tiger?
down in the next.
Oh,
section
when you scroll,
right
you give
there.
me a headache. Okay. When 10 to when that's not a bad bet. I guess
I'll bet $10 to win 800.
he
on
had
Tiger.
better odds than DeChambeau
And DeChambeau's like top 10 right now.
because they know all these
That's what
suckers
I'm
have been on
telling
top.
you.
DeChambeau is just a long driver, y'all. I don't think his
John
skill
Daly was
Well, on
bet
is
10
this,
as
to win
good as
20
Koepka.
grand.
on this particular course, they say, St. Andrews,
Yeah.
the ball strikers,
You
is
know.
it's an advantage to them.
Daly was bet 10 to win 20 grand, Tom. And he beat Tiger by 6 strokes. And here-
Mickelson bet 10 to win 2,500.
But here's what this is what aggravates me about this, the press with this stuff. So if Tiger was in the lead or near the lead, we would not be talking about how great and wonderful he is. So why aren't we talking about how great and wonderful he is when he's 9 over?
They
you know-
were talking about how great and wonderful he was the whole time. I mean, you could,
Well, I
Until he
get
walked
that.
over the
Well,
last.
so, okay, I get
Bridge.
that. Yeah, and he walked. He didn't stop. That means he's going to keep playing. That's what they said. The iconic, whatever it is. So as far as Tiger goes, you remember in the Masters in the last thing, when he wins, it's like the greatest thing we've ever seen. This is an iconic moment. So he could win at 3 under, and they'll tell us it's the greatest thing we've ever seen. Molinari could win at 17 under. We won't even talk about it on Monday. If Tiger wins, it's great. If someone wins by a better score, didn't even matter. Don't even think. We ain't even going to admit. Do you think Monday, anyone else besides us is talking John Daly kicking Tiger's butt this weekend? Will that be on ESPN Monday and all the shows? No. Nobody will mention John Daly beating Tiger.
it's not really.
And
a
that should be
headline.
the biggest story. If Tiger Woods playing good is the story, this should be a big story. When
Did
he
either
gets
one of
beat
them-
by John Daly.
Did either one of them make the cut?
John Daly almost did.
He
No.
did not.
The
he did
question
not.
was, did he make the cut?
No.
So we want to
That's
have
not
a
what I'm-
discussion about one guy who beat another by 6 strokes, but neither one of them made the cut.
How is it a huge story? I don't get it just by Tiger's name. I just don't get that.
I wouldn't even I wouldn't talk about Tiger, period. It's like, look, you did it to yourself, son. You got yourself in a wreck. You messed up your own
Yes.
body.
It goes
It's-
back to
I mean, it's
it's,
not-
it's that money. More of the
Yeah,
times,
I mean,
it's what it is.
He is good for the golf as far as because so many people. I mean, I get it. I understand why
He's
they
gonna be
cover
their
him. I
next-
just-
Nicholas, every time he shows up to one of the events, or Tom Watson. You remember when Tom Watson was poking along at some of these?
John Daly missed it by 3 shots.
Yeah, but he missed it. 3 shots. That's not really all that close. I mean, you're 3 shots off.
Okay, now keep those words in
The
mind.
cut.
Keep those words in mind, right?
So you're gonna tell us who else cut?
No. Keep that in mind. So 3 shots is not even close, according to Tom, right? So if he beat Tiger by 6 strokes, that means Tiger's not even close as good as John Daly, right?
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's all I want people to
this term.
say.
In this term.
So let's talk about Tiger Woods and John Daly like it's 1998 instead of talking about who's winning the golf tournament.
I'm just saying, why don't they give John Daly the amount of coverage they give Tiger when they both won the Open, and John Daly's better than him? Didn't he do better than him in the last?
Because
Terry, in the last major, didn't Daly beat him in that one too?
who's number 1 in the number of majors won?
I have no idea.
Jack Nicklaus. Who's number 2?
I have no idea.
Tiger Woods. Okay, I'll give Tiger that. I'll give the devil his due.
Again,
But
what
I mean,
I'm
it's
saying
just
is,
I just think as far
if
as
Tiger's
this
the story,
tournament,
John Daly's the story, is what I'm saying.
it's
How's
ca-
he not?
it's kind of hard for me to think that people are not watching it because it's on so early in the morning. A lot of people wake up. That's what they turn on. They seeing who's winning. So they might be getting more views now than if the tournament was held over here and it's played in the evening. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they could be getting a lot of views. But as far as who's going to watch that tournament, I think you just lost a lot of people because a lot of people pull for Tiger. When you had to put them together, some people like John Daly, but not as many that like Tiger. So, I mean,
that's right. I mean,
you
it
know.
makes sense from an optic standpoint for golf. You know, Tiger Woods is still a gold mine. You
Did
know,
Phil miss the cut?
Yeah.
good. We don't have to talk about Mickelson, Woods, or John Daly the rest of the weekend. We can actually talk about the people who are relevant. We don't have to talk about irrelevant people. It's irrelevant.
I want to apologize to some people real quick. I want to apologize to Ernie Els.
I was going to say Ernie's
Colin
on there. We ain't heard about
Morikawa.
him in years.
I want to apologize to Zach Johnson,
We don't talk about any of these
Drag
guys.
Harrington.
You didn't make the cut. Why are we going to talk about
Brooks Koepka,
Kepka didn't make it, huh? No.
Stuart Singh. I just want to apologize to him for you, Tom. Just these irrelevant.
David
folks.
Duvall played.
Yeah,
Tiger.
name out.
Remember when David Duvall was good?
He was
man?
one. He was number one for
Man.
a short time with Tiger on the tear, and then he just lost his swing and he couldn't.
Calcavecchia played.
He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Tiger only
Walker.
beat like 7 people, by the way. Before we even go any further on this, he beat 7 people. 7.
Okay, well, I'm
Wonder
gonna
what
put it,
happened
I'm
with
gonna put it
Justin
to you
Rose.
like this. I'm gonna put it to you like this. He shot a 78 and a 75. That's way better than I would even think about doing.
Well,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
On the front
good,
half.
good point, Terry. Wait
I
a
know
minute.
you
Way
said
to
dead
waste
on the
any
front
of our-
half.
I mean,
any of our
there you
time.
go. A
I
78
just
and a
can't
75.
believe David Duvall still played it.
I mean, if he'd have had 80 up there, but he didn't have an 80. Some of them other guys had an 80.
Didn't he have some kind of mental breakdown or something?
Yeah, he
Duvall had
did.
a
Yeah.
74.
Yeah.
He
And
lost. He was one at one
Duvall's
time.
best round.
Yeah, he was number
better
one
than
golfer in the
both
world.
of Tiger's rounds.
He was number one in the world for a short time with Tiger, and then I don't know what happened to him, but
I mean,
he went off
I
the
don't
map.
know what happened in his life, though. I don't know if he had something. I can't remember how it all
Well,
went
Kevin
down.
will tell you, you know, I was never good at golf. Kevin's pretty decent at golfing, and it's a mental thing. I mean,
Yeah.
You
if
play
you're
the
not
course,
hitting,
you don't play the individual.
not hitting, you know,
Yeah.
you lose your
Well, Daly shot a 74.
confidence.
And so did Duvall. Currently, the 8th and 9th place golfers in the tournament have 74s on their scorecards. So that's the difference in. And then Tom, as far as you saying 3 strokes is a big difference, well, that's one shot in the water is 2 strokes, so it's 1 shot out of 2 days.
It looks like today that they're scoring
And
pretty
one
good.
lip out.
It'd be
One
interesting to
lip
see
out.
if there is
You're out of
rain.
the tournament. And you're irrelevant to Tom, Terry.
David, he's
One ball in the water
Yeah.
and a lip out. You're irrelevant.
Be see either interesting to see if there's rain or if the wind has died
And all
down. The
it
wind
takes
was
is
really
one
bad.
hole, Tom. One hole. That's all it would take.
and David Duvall has won one British Open in 2001. You're right. That's back when Tiger was just killing everybody. And
I
he did win the
can't wait to
British
see the final stats on Daly. I need to know how many cigarettes and Diet Cokes he had this weekend in the 2 days.
And then he was runner up at 98 too. He was runner up a number of times, Masters twice, U.S. Open once.
I'm reading some tweets on this. Tom, how about this? Other people, a 56-year-old Daly beats Tiger by 6. A 46-year-old Tiger by 6 strokes, and through two rounds in the majors. If I told you this 10 years ago, you would have put me in an asylum. Fact today: 2 Augusta legends, Daly, both winners at that tournament. By the way, at that exact venue. To be honest with it too. All right, so there's your open update. Cameron Smith in first, Cameron Young in second, Rory third, hopefully in fourth.
He spoke of Cameron Smith, the leader.
Dustin
Yeah,
Johnson.
I know. Finally, we talked about Cameron Smith.
Tom, I'll bet you $5 that guy don't win.
That's what the one analyst was saying. That I can't remember.
I'm just not
Why?
picking the leader at the British Open after 2 rounds. No way, unless it's like 6, 7 strokes. Too much can go wrong.
He's only 2 strokes now.
Now, all those guys that have shot in the 60s, those guys are playing pretty well.
Well, I'm telling you, something's going on today with the weather. It's either not windy or it's raining because the scores are just
Right. It's probably one of both. Where are they at? St. Andrews.
St. Andrews.
What is that? What's the town? Is it St. Andrews? Anybody
It's
know?
in
I don't know.
it's in Scotland.
Well, we
Like
knew
golf.
that one. All right. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We got more stuff to talk about. KDCBroadcasting.com.